And welcome to Buckeye Wars. Hey, growing up in El Dorado Hills, California, back in the 70s and the 80s, stories. What did you used to do for money as a kid? Did you get an allowance? Did you do a lemonade stand? What did you do for money? How did you get those little toys and stuff that you wanted? Those things that mom and dad wouldn't necessarily buy for you. Maybe they'd buy it now and again, but you wanted a lot of them. You wanted them because they were cool. What'd you do for money? How did you make a little extra pocket change when you were maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? What'd you do? How'd you make money? Well, I had an idea when I was probably about 9, maybe 10. I took a 5-gallon bucket. I threw a bottle of dish soap in there, Dawn or whatever the hell it was, dish soap that you would use to hand wash dishes, and a whole handful of towels. Stuffed that in a bucket, and by golly, I went door to door knocking. Hi, can I wash your car for $2? I made a killing, man. I was washing cars like crazy, and that gave me pocket change. And for me, I'd take that money and I'd buy bait because I was a fisherman. We lived close enough to Folsom Lake, which was about, I don't know, less than 3 miles down the road. There was Brown's Ravine and really good fishing. You could fish for trout, you could fish for bluegill, you could fish for bass, you could just cast and not catch anything. But I would buy little jars of Potski salmon eggs. And if I remember correctly at the time, you could get a jar of salmon eggs for about $2.50. And then I'd spend the rest of the money on little lures, little cast masters and spoons and MEPS spinners and so forth. I was a fisherman. I really enjoyed fishing. And that's what I'd spend my money on. But Dad wasn't about to buy a bunch of fishing lures and stuff for me often. He'd do it now and again, but I fished so much that I went through a jar of salmon eggs pretty quick. And here I am going door to door. And at the time, people weren't as nuts as they are nowadays. So we didn't really have to worry about getting abducted or stolen and sold on the black market for human trafficking and all that other bullshit. No, man, we just did our thing. And I remember one guy, I knocked on his door and I asked him if I could wash his car for $2. And he says, I tell you what, I gave you $20 if you wash my car and wax it. I've got the stuff. I've got the wax. I've got the soap I want you to use. If you do that, I'll give you $20. And I'm like, oh my God, $20. Hell yeah. It took me forever. You ever waxed a car without a buffer? Do that by hand. Wax on, wax off. Oh my God. And it was a Porsche. That was hard. That was really $20 that I earned. But I think my point is, if you want to make some money as a kid, use your head, man. Get out there and find out what might do it. I mean, if you live in an area that's got snow, get yourself a big old shovel and go shovel snow. You go to a little old lady's house and you shovel her snow, she's going to tip you. Not only is she going to pay you well, she's going to treat you well, and she's liable to give you a bowl of meatballs that she made. Get out there, man. Work. Get your money. You can do it. Follow me for more Buckeye Wars, stories of growing up in the El Dorado Hills, California in the 70s and the 80s. I've got loads of stories. Until next time.